it's Hairyfrankfurt and I'm so excited to be back to give you the second episode in my beginner's guide to the gym series. Today we're going to be doing chest and shoulders, basically chest exercises or anything where you're pushing away from you, but obviously I have quite a few varieties today because there's lots of muscles that we want to be working out. The first video in this playlist, if you missed it, is the beginner's guide to legs day, so if you find legs day and squats intimidating, definitely go and check that video out. If you're new here and you want to smash out your gym goals, then make sure you are subscribed because I am a fully qualified personal trainer and I see a functional movement therapist who is giving me advice on the best way to give you guys the right advice. Now without any further ado, I hope I made sense, let's jump into the warm-up. This is footage of me on the treadmill walking at 6.5 kilometers per hour, drinking my pre-workout, which I will leave a picture for it here and I might link it down below if I can find it on Amazon for you guys. That is a thermogenic, so it is a fat burning one. You guys do not have to do it, especially don't use this stuff if you have a heart condition or a blood pressure condition. There are lots of health warnings attached to most pre-workouts, so please be mindful. I'm using this, doesn't mean you have to. Now, footage that I didn't get of my warm-up is me jumping from 6.5 kilometers per hour to 10 kilometers an hour for a bit of a run, because one of my goals this year is to actually be able to run 6 kilometers at 9 k's per hour. So I'm doing this with the use of interval training, which is great for the hormonal response, getting that human growth hormone going and improving your actual metabolism. Now, my goal is obviously in averages, so I don't need to go for 6 k's at 9 k's an hour the whole time. I can jump up to 12 k's an hour and then drop down to 6 k's, just so long as I get that kind of speed average down. And I will do an entire video on cardio and tracking and those sorts of things, and that will be coming soon, I promise. Okay, so the construction near me has actually gotten a lot louder, so if that is a background noise that is annoying you, I'm sorry, I can't tell them to stop. Now, chest is one of those sessions where we are pushing away from us on the anterior or frontal plane, and we're pushing that way. This session begins with push-ups and tricep dips on a bench. So this bench is rather low to the ground because my push-ups are pretty good, if I might say so myself. But if you are new to push-ups and you can't quite do them on your toes, you can do them on your knees on the floor or on your toes on a bench. These are both easier versions of toe push-ups on the floor. The higher up the bench you're using, the easier it is going to be for you, and the trick here is you really want to make sure that you're keeping your back completely straight. They call this the neutral spine. Squeeze your glutes, hold a wee, go all the way down so that the bench or the windowsill or whatever you're using touches your chest, and then pushing straight back up again. I supersetted these with tricep dips. You can make these easier by bringing your knees closer to you, or harder by pushing your legs out further from you, but really make sure that you are going pretty much straight up and down and you're feeling this in the backs of your arms. And a superset, as I mentioned in my last video, is where you have 2 exercises and you don't put a break between them, but you put a break on either side. So from push-ups to tricep dips, no rest, then you have a rest. Then you do that superset 3 times. After that, I moved on to dumbbell chest presses. The reason I do dumbbell chest presses and not a bench press is because the bar is 20 kilos, whereas here I can use 2 times 7 kilo dumbbells, and I'm also working on all of the stability muscles that are stopping my arms from doing crazy things. So it is a lot more of, I guess, a balancing and stability exercise than it is with just a bar. And also, I'm not quite strong enough to be just using the bar just yet, but I will be. These ones, you're keeping them in line with your nipple and pushing straight up, and then coming back down. Once again, I know you're lying down, but you still want to be squeezing your glutes and holding a wee. When I say holding a wee, that is the best cue for actually holding your core muscles intact, because if you are squeezing your abs, that's not actually helping your lower spine at all. So the same muscles that hold a wee for women are the muscles that actually hold onto your spine in the pelvis area. So cool little tip that you got there. And then because I had the bench all set up and I had the dumbbells with me, I did bent over tricep extensions on the bench. With this one, you still want to be doing all the same things for your posture. Squeeze your glutes and hold your wee, or hold your core nice and strong. And you want to keep your elbow by your side and simply swing the forearm out behind you to straighten your arm. Again, you're going to feel this in the backs of your arm, and you want to make sure that your spine is totally neutral. Whatever it takes to make sure that each of your shoulders and each of your hips are in line with each other. do that, whatever it takes. Then to avoid finishing off with some boring old tricep extensions, I ended up doing some shoulder exercises, which is still gonna give you that nice definition in your upper arm, and they're also gonna help with your postural stance as well. So we're starting off with some unilateral shoulder presses. This means one-armed shoulder presses. The thing with this is it is a great stability exercise and ensuring that you are keeping your posture, because your body is going to want to arch in order to get that dumbbell up. No arching, ladies and gentlemen, not to the side, not to the back, not to the front. You can, if it gets really difficult, use your feet to kind of give you some leverage. So just a little hop, which you can see me doing in this footage, just to get the dumbbell up, but making sure that you're going from your shoulder all the way up, no swaying, no moving. You're not getting any of that movement from your stomach or your spine. And you're gonna make sure you do this by actually holding your glutes and holding a wee. Same thing all the time. Squeeze your butt, and hold your lower core intact. Then for the rear delts, I did bent over rear delt flies. So the delts are the shoulder muscles and the rear delts are the ones on the rear of your arm. These ones you want to make sure that you are not bending over with your spine. You're actually just pushing your hips back and getting a good stretch in your hamstrings before you kind of start lifting the weights pretty much directly out to the side of you, and you will feel these in the backs of your shoulders. And then because I really just want to work on my triceps, I moved on to the cable machine and I did some cable tricep push downs. These ones you want to make sure that again your elbows are tight close to your rib cage or your sides, and you are just pushing down with your forearms, getting a good squeeze at the end to make sure that you are absolutely targeting the right muscle. Sometimes I find that my triceps don't activate as well as I would like them to, so I pay a lot of attention to my tricep exercises, and they are one of my problem areas that I'm working on this year. And moving back to some more shoulder exercises, we are doing bent arm lateral raises. These ones you are keeping a 90-degree angle in your arm and you are lifting with your elbows to shoulder height. You want to make sure that while you are lifting with your elbows or leading with your elbows in this movement, your forearms don't drop or raise up either. So keeping your wrist and your elbow at the same angle, keeping it at 90 degrees, and then lifting up to shoulder and then back down again. You'll feel these in your shoulders, obviously. And last but not least, one of the most amazing postural exercises for people who work at a desk and sit down and hunch quite a lot. These are the prone rear delt raises. So you look like a bit of an idiot lying down like a plank on the bench, but it's basically making sure that no other muscle is responsible for lifting those dumbbells. And you're just gonna do some big old wings all the way up like you did with your rear delt flies or your bent over rear delt flies. You will feel this all in the upper back and your shoulders. You should not feel it in your lower back. You should not feel it in your neck. You should not feel it in your butt. Nowhere else. They are prone for a reason. You do not want to be activating any other muscle but those very specific rear delts and rhomboids and your back. So I know this isn't a very typical chest session, but that's because I wanted to chuck in some postural exercises, and also shoulders are something that I'm working on quite a bit. This is a fantastic, robust routine for anyone who is new to the gym and doesn't want to be doing boring old push-ups for years and years and years. So it gives you some variety in your exercise, and you are working multiple different muscles, getting lots of postural benefits as well. And this is just something that I enjoyed doing, so I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Let me know in the comments what your favorite exercise is for chest or shoulders or anything really, and you guys will see me in the next video of this playlist, so make sure you click on the playlist here, or if you just want to see my next video, that will be the other box. If you aren't subscribed, make sure you do that already, and I do have a vlogging channel as well where I talk about all kinds of random things, so go and check it out if you want. You will see me in the next video, so thank you so much for watching. Okay, bye!